Hello and welcome. We should be starting up any moment here with the Pokemon Direct for January 2020. I have no idea what we're getting here, and oh, it's starting right now. And I was about to say my mic broke this morning,
The Pokemon Company.
so the mic stand broke. I should say the mic is fine.
Touch on two topics. Let's get started with the first topic.
Okay,
Have a look at the following footage.
my volume back a little bit. I'm a little loud with that mic breaking. If this is actually like Black and White or Diamond and Pearl remakes, the internet's gonna lose their mind. That was the joke. That was the thing that everybody was like, that's not gonna happen. But this looks like Mystery Dungeon! Oh, we getting a Mystery Dungeon? A new one, finally? It feels like it's been forever since we got a new Mystery Dungeon. Oh, look at that art style, man. I love it. I'm being very careful not to bump the mic since I broke the stand this morning.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team.
It's a remake of the original? It is! Yes! Alright. I'll bump my volume back some more. I feel like I'm yelling because I can't move the mic further back. Look at how good it looks, man. That's hype. That's great. I loved the first game. I love dungeon crawlers too, though, and they added Mega Evolutions?
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX.
Yes. I am in for that. Give me a release date. Okay, that's
It's been
fine.
about
No release date.
15
That's
years
fine.
Since Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Red Rescue Team, and Blue Rescue Team
Yeah.
were released for the Nintendo DS and Game Boy Advance systems in Japan. But now they will gain a new life as a Nintendo Switch title.
That's a good decision. That is a very good
Pokemon
decision.
Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX will be released March 6, 2020.
That's really soon, actually.
What's
Okay.
more, we'll release a demo version on Nintendo eShop. Available
And you can carry over the
today.
save data. That's Nintendo.
You'll be
There we
able to carry
go.
over your save data to
Demo
the full
version
of the
later
game once purchased.
today.
So please take this opportunity to get a sample of the fun.
All right, that's great.
Now, for the other topic, I think we'll ask Game Freak to share it with you. Mr.
Okay.
Masuda, Mr. Omori, it's all yours.
Like, everybody's hoping that, I say everybody, a lot of people are hoping this is like National Dex information. I don't see how it could be.
Hello.
It would be great if it was. That'd be really hype, but I don't see
We
how
hope
it could
everyone has
be.
been finding something to enjoy in the latest entries to the Pokemon series.
Yeah, Sword and
Pokemon
Shield are
Sword
good.
and
They're not
Pokemon
great,
Shield
but they're
since their
good.
release last November. Our goal is always to deliver lively new adventures that delight Pokemon trainers around the world.
We did our best to fill these titles with fun activities so that our players could have a fulfilling
I have no idea where this is going, and I'm really nervous.
and the Galar region is a vast one. We suspect you've had many new discoveries and fun encounters.
Yeah,
along
I
your
loved the
adventure.
Galar region. I thought it was really cool.
We've been thinking about how much we'd like it if everyone's Pokemon adventures could go on even longer, with more to dig into and new discoveries to explore.
So DLC.
We've been working on plans for some time, in fact. This is why we at Game Freak are now developing the Pokemon Sword Expansion Pass and Pokemon Shield Expansion Pass.
Okay.
Downloadable expansions for the Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield games that will be available for purchase from Nintendo
But
eShop.
what's it gonna have in it?
Until now, we've sometimes released new titles set in the same.
I mean, this is
region as
great
previous
that they're
games,
not just releasing a
such
third
as
game.
Pokemon
That's
Platinum version or Pokemon
that's
Ultra
absolutely
Sun and
amazing.
Pokemon Ultra
Yeah, but
Moon.
White and Black and White 2 were like new games
This
completely.
expansion pass will be different from those games. You'll be able to set out on new adventures
Yeah,
using the same
I think that's
system
really
you're
cool
already
that you don't
playing
have to
with.
have like a whole other game to purchase.
We're in the thick of development now, but we've prepared some footage for you so you'll
So,
be able to at least get a feeling for
My
what new
worry with
experiences
this
await
is that it's going to be like the post game of Sword and Shield, which is honestly kind of terrible.
you. Please have a look.
But hopefully it's more like the base game of Sword and Shield, which is really good. Like, give me new gyms. Let me go to a new region or something, you know? Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, like new areas, that seems cool. That's what I want, is new areas to go to, new stuff to see. New variants of old Pokemon, yeah. And then bringing back in more Pokemon. I hate that it's attached to a season pass instead of an expansion pass. But like, if all the Pokemon get added in, I'm good. Oh, those are some cool outfits too, actually. I'm down. New bike outfits, new bikes. That looks like a new trainer. Could these be gym leaders, maybe? And then showing Pokemon that currently aren't in the game? Yeah, promising to add them back in. Well, okay, alright. Yeah, sure. We already knew about those, but alright. Gigantamax forms for him. That makes sense. The Cinderace looks really cool, actually. Look at Inteleon! The Isle of Armor. Okay, sure. I'm down for that. New wild areas. So this is pack 2 then. The first one was pack 1 and this is pack 2. It's actually really crazy. Those really look like gym leaders. It's actually really crazy that, oh, the Reggies. That they're showing pack 2 as well and not just pack 1. Are those new Pokemon there? Oh ho! Like maybe Galarian versions of Reggies or just new Reggies? That eye patch is pretty cool. Alright, I'm down for that. Galarian versions of the new, or those Gigantamax versions of the old 3 legendary birds. Look at how cool Zapdos looks, man. Okay, but we already saw this part, though. Yeah. I mean, it's cool, but we already saw that part, though. Maybe they just didn't have any more Gigantamax to show, and they were like, oh, we gotta show something here to remind people that we're making new Gigantamax forms. It's a little weird to just cut to the Isle of Armor twice. Watch them do it a third time. Are they just gonna play the video again? All right. What are we doing right now, Game Freak? What are we doing? What is this? Like, a lot of the gaming community is not happy with you right now, and just repeating this trailer like 3 times, that's not gonna help. I mean, those still look really cool. That Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos look really interesting. I think I still like the Zapdos the most. Okay, so did it cut to the wrong second half before, and it was supposed to cut to this, and that's why it played the other second half? Yeah, I feel like it wasn't supposed to do that. Oh, man, that's not great. This is the 3rd legendary then that's, or is this Dynamax forms for Zacian and Zamazenta maybe? Or Gigantamax forms? Another new Pokemon. Sure.
What did you think of this first look? The Pokemon Sword expansion pass and the Pokemon Shield expansion pass
was cool
will be
enough.
composed of the Isle of Armor, planned to be
In
released
June.
June 2020, and the Crown Tundra, planned to be released in fall 2020.
Okay.
If you buy the Pokemon Sword or Pokemon Shield expansion pass, you'll be able to enjoy both as they're released.
Right.
Each part offers a different adventure, where you'll be able to visit unseen areas of the Galar region and meet new people and Pokemon that live there.
So I
There are
can
2 versions of the expansion pass.
I can
one for
entertain the
Pokemon Sword
argument.
and one for Pokemon Shield. Different Pokemon will appear in the different versions, and you'll also run into
Okay,
some different
yeah,
people and places.
of course.
We're hoping
Um,
players can continue with the classic Pokemon experience of
There's
trading with
different
one another
versions
and
of it,
working
but if you
together.
own the expansion pass for
Now,
one, do you
without
get it for
further
both?
ado, let's have the director himself present
Or do you
more
have to
information
buy
on the
to
Isle of
see
Armor
everything?
and
Do you have to
the
buy
Crown
both
Tundra.
games and both
Mr.
expansion
Tani?
passes? Surely not. I can entertain the argument that all of this stuff should have been in the main game to begin with.
I'm Tani from
I can
Game Freak.
entertain that. My only defense to
I'm
that would
working
be
as
that
the
it's coming
director
out
for
so
the
much
Pokemon Sword
later.
Expansion Pass and Pokemon Shield Expansion Pass.
By the time fall comes around, it'll have been a whole year basically
The
for
Isle
the
of
Crown
Armor
Tundra
and the Crown Tundra
since
are in development as we
Sword and
speak.
Shield came out.
So today, we'd like to show off some designs and concept art to help introduce you to these new
Also, the
areas.
quality on the video just dropped like all the way.
Your adventures in Galar are getting even bigger. First, let us introduce the Isle of Armor.
Let's see. We may have to catch up here.
Your adventures in Galar are getting
This is
even
why I don't
bigger.
do these live anymore, because
First,
stuff like this
let us
happens.
introduce the Isle of Armor, which focuses on the theme of growth.
Okay.
Take a look.
The next destination in your adventure is a giant island off the shores of the Galar region known as the Isle of Armor.
All right. They're really giving us a
This
deep dive
island
on
is
this
full
too.
of beautiful nature. You'll find beaches, bogs, forests, caves, and dunes.
Love this
Of
concept
course,
art,
you'll
man. It's
find
really
Pokemon
cool.
that you couldn't previously find in Galar dwelling there too.
Yeah, so they are slowly bringing
There's
them all
a
back.
dojo for Pokemon battles on this island. And you'll take up an apprenticeship under the Pokemon trainer who runs it. This is Mustard, who will become your mentor.
Mustard.
He's also the mentor of Champion Leon, who you
Okay.
probably know quite well. In fact, Mustard has occupied the seat of champion himself in the past. You'll also encounter new rivals among your fellow apprentices.
Cool.
When playing with the Pokemon Sword Expansion Pass, you'll be training with Clara, who is
Okay.
a Poison-type user. When playing with the Pokemon Shield Expansion Pass, you will be training with Avery, who is a Psychic-type
Please tell me
user.
it's not two separate passes
They're
in the
both
store.
training hard so they can someday have a gym and stadium to call their own.
I'm really worried about that now.
Next, we'd like to introduce the legendary Pokemon that will be central to the story. Cubfu. It's a fighting-type Pokemon that strives to become stronger with
It's
single-minded
really
dedication.
cute though.
As you progress through your training, Mustard will entrust you with this Pokemon. Once you complete your training together with Cubfu, it will be able to evolve into Urshifu.
Wow, he looks really
Urshifu
cool
is
actually.
a Pokemon with 2 distinct styles.
One for sword, one for shield.
There is Single Strike style, a fighting and dark type style that delivers a single strike at blinding speed. There is also Rapid Strike style, a fighting and water type style that focuses
So his
on
type
the ultimate
changes.
torrent of rapid strikes.
That's really cool actually.
What's more, it's been revealed that Urshifu has a Gigantamax form.
Cool.
Each style will have a different appearance, as well as a different G-Max move. You'll be able to evolve your Cubfu into an Urshifu in one of these 2 styles, Single Strike style or Rapid Strike style.
That's really
during
cool.
your adventure.
Fighting Dark's an
Urshifu
interesting
is
typing
a
too.
powerful Pokemon with a brand new ability, and it also has a new move for each of its 2 styles. Once you've completed your training, bring it with you for some online battles or official competitions.
Sure, why not?
We also want to talk about Rillaboom, Cinderace, and Inteleon, final
Okay.
evolutions of the first 3 Pokemon you team up with in the Galar region.
Probably should have had
During
G-Max
your
forms in
adventure
the main
Isle of
game.
Armor,
Gonna be
these
honest.
Special partners in your teams will be able to Gigantamax. You can look forward to seeing their new forms and new.
I
teams.
really like Inteleon's like sniper
And as
like
you can see
stance
here,
up there.
We've got even more in the works to
Speeder
make sure your
moves,
journey is as
Apricorns,
smooth and fun
EXP
as
charm
possible.
for more experience points.
There are new fashion items.
Dress like
And you'll
Marnie.
even be able to obtain new looks for your bike.
That's really cool.
We hope you'll look forward to the new experiences coming in the Isle of Armor.
They're not gonna do the same thing for the other one, Pack 2, are they?
Next, I'd like to discuss the Crown Tundra, the second area, which has a theme of exploration.
Feels like it's so far off.
I'm going to show you the information we have at the moment.
This expansion is set in the snow-swept realm of the Crown Tundra. Take a look for yourself at the beautiful scenery of this shining, silvery landscape. As it turns out, the Isle of Armor isn't the only uncharted area waiting for you all in the Galar region. In this frigid area, with its towering winter mountains, people live in small communities that support and rely on each other.
Again, I
Much
really
on
like
the
this
Isle of
concept
Armor,
art.
You'll be able to find Pokemon that didn't appear in the Galar region before. Fitting right in with this area's theme of exploration, there will be plenty for you to uncover. You might find a strange temple where you least expect it, or maybe spy a mysterious giant tree growing in a place it doesn't seem to belong.
Okay, I'm
A
down for
certain
that.
person will appoint you as the leader of their exploration
So
team
you
in
can
the Crown
see
Tundra.
in the first one, you can
can
see
gear
what
up
looked
for
like.
adventure, and then head out to explore blizzard-swept fields, and even deep inside Pokemon dens, which you
I
could
can't remember
only
his name. It
previously
starts
get
with a
glimpse
Z.
of during Max Raid
X and
battles.
Y's. I keep wanting to say
We'd
Zenogre.
like
That's
to
not it.
introduce Calyrex,
You can
the
see him in the
legendary
back.
Pokemon you'll discover during your adventure. Legends say this Pokemon once ruled
He
over
looks
a part
cool.
of Galar that included the Crown Tundra. It's characterized by its graceful, regal movements.
Sure.
Get ready to experience a never-before-told story about the mysteries of Calyrex. The Crown Tundra will have a new form of co-op play as well. This
Okay.
will allow you and friends to enter and explore Pokemon dens that exist underground in the Crown Tundra.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Deep inside the dens, you may see legendary Pokemon from past games Dynamaxing before your eyes. You'll be able to meet and make allies of all kinds of legendary Pokemon during your adventures in
I'm
the
down
Crown
for that.
Tundra, including ones you'll be able to catch through this co-op play.
Sure.
It also appears that some brand new legendary Pokemon are also waiting to be found
Yeah, new
somewhere
legendary.
in this land.
Man, my green screen's acting up right at the end of this here.
And combined with the Isle of Armor, dozens of new clothing items will be added.
Cool.
Plus, there will be new battles waiting for you to challenge once you complete your entire game, including the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra. We can't go into the details of everything, but we're working on planning and developing new ways to enjoy Pokemon even as we speak.
Sure.
The Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra areas themselves are actually two key examples of the things we're working on. Both areas are in fact seamless maps, much like the wild area you can already experience in the Galar region,
Cool.
where players are able to move around freely and control the camera. Of course, you'll be able to connect with other trainers and play with them too.
Awesome.
There will be Pokemon dens as well, and you'll be able to engage in max raid battles against Pokemon that haven't previously appeared in the Galar
I
region.
really do think that all areas in future
More to
games
see
should
and do in
become.
the Isle of Armor and in the Crown
wild
Tundra
areas.
than there was even in the wild area.
I think I'm wrong. I don't think that's the Z from
We'll
X
bring
and
you
Y.
more
I can't remember his
information
name at
about them
all
in
right
future
now.
news reports, so
But I
please
thought
stay tuned.
originally that was from the Three Lights, but it looks like that's two Pikachus and something else.
What did you think? We at
looks
Game
good.
Freak are all working hard to bring you new content, so you can spend more time
I'm still
having
really
fun in
concerned
Galar
about the
region.
expansion pass and the way they
We hope
worded
you're
it.
as excited as we are for what's to come.
But sure. I'm excited. It looks like some cool stuff.
Thank you, Mr.
As long
Bunny.
as it's one expansion pass
On the Isle of
and
Armor
not two expansion
and in the Crown
passes.
Tundra, you'll see some familiar Pokemon.
It's like
that
I'm one of
didn't
those
appear
weird
in the
people
Galar
that bought
region
Sword
before.
and Shield so I could explore
There will be
all
more
of the
than
gym
200
leaders
Pokemon
and
species
all
that
of
appear
the
in these
Pokemon.
areas, and you can add to your team, including
So
the
200
legendary
plus Pokemon
mentioned
coming
before.
back.
Additionally, we'll be distributing free updates for Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield
That add
will
Pokemon back
coincide
in?
with the releases of the Isle of Armor
That
and
add
the Crown
Pokemon back
Tundra.
in?
These updates will allow people who don't have the Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield expansion pass to obtain the Pokemon that appear on the Isle of Armor
There
and
you
in
go.
the Crown Tundra through other means, such as trading. Players will also be able to bring over Pokemon to their games from the cloud service Pokemon Home, as long as the Pokemon appear in the Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield expansion.
So even if you don't buy Sword and Shield's expansion pass, you still
Pokemon
get
Home is planned to
200
launch in
plus Pokemon
February
added back to
2020.
you.
We intend to release even more details before then, so please wait just a
So
little
that's
bit
cool.
longer.
I do wish they had said along with those updates, we'll
Finally,
be slowly
we have
rolling
some
out more
news
Pokemon.
for our Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield players.
Okay.
Starting today,
Oh, no.
it seems like you're more likely to run into Gigantamax Colossal, Gigantamax Lapras, and Gigantamax Flapple or Gigantamax Appleton in max raid battles in the wild area.
Okay.
Face these powerful Pokemon with your friends. There will also be
Sure.
a software update going live available later today. Once you've received the update, head to Wedgehurst Station. In Pokemon Sword, you'll encounter Clara, while in Pokemon Shield, you'll run into Avery.
Alright.
You'll also encounter a Galarian Slowpoke that's wandered in from the Isle of Armor. You can try to catch it and add it to your team.
Cool.
Galarian Slowpoke can evolve into Galarian Slowbro if you use an item that can be found on the Isle of Armor, or into Galarian Slowking if you use an item that can be found in the Crown Tundra.
It feels really weird to me to be like,
Don't forget
hey,
to check it out.
here's a free Slowpoke for you to
What do you
catch that's a
think?
Galarian Slowpoke, but you can't evolve
Today,
it
we
until
finally
summer or
been able to
fall.
show you some of what we at
Like,
Game Freak are
oh
hoping to
no,
achieve
why,
going forward.
guys? Come on.
We hope we've been
Just
able
give
to
you
get
one of the
excited
items with
in
it. Why not?
continuing
Just have
adventures
Clara or
waiting
Avery
for
just
you
hand you
in
one of the
Isle Armor
items.
and the Crown Tundra. Each part offers a different adventure. We'll do our best to fill it to the brim with adventures like you've never experienced before.
Whether you're just starting with Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, or you've done everything there is to do, we'll do our best to develop something that everyone can enjoy.
Okay.
Stay tuned for more updates in the future.
Sure.
My thanks to everyone from Game
I
Freak.
figured that's all we're getting this morning. I think that's
Pokemon
probably the end of
Sword
it there.
Expansion Pass and Pokemon Shield Expansion Pass, which contains both the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra, will be available for pre-purchase on Nintendo eShop later today.
Okay, $29.99 each.
You'll also be able to access
He was still talking. No, he was still talking, Nintendo. Mr. Omori was still talking.
contains both the Isle of Armor and
Or Mr.
Crown
Yeah.
Tundra.
No,
will be
Mr.
available
Omori had
for
finished talking
pre-purchase
already,
on
but
Nintendo eShop later today.
he just get cut off here.
You'll also be able to access
I mean, it was just gonna say that you'll also be able to access it from the main menu, I think, but still. All right, let's pull this up. Let's pull up the eShop, and let's see if they're separate. Because they said each there, which makes me think they're separate. And if they're separate, that's garbage. The fact that you may hear Three Houses music. Hold on. The fact that you have to buy $29.99 separately each, on top of $59.99 if you want to see all the content. Which, I mean, it's just one different trainer here as compared to different gyms in the main game with different Pokemon, but it's also different Pokemon. It just feels really weird if that's the case. Let's see if it's... I have my Switch and I have Firefox on it. Let's see what we got here. Nintendo Switch... Sword and Shield, and it's not up on the store yet, so we'll talk about it later on the podcast next week, whichever it winds up being. If it winds up being that it's one expansion pass and you buy it and then you're good for both games, I think that's cool, because you can have both games loaded onto your digital hardware on your Switch and play with the same account, so theoretically the DLC could just be added to both. But if it's two separate DLC packs for $30 each, that's kind of steep. That's $60 right there, just if you wanted to see all the new content and see all the new Pokemon. At the same time, I think it's great that they're adding in more Pokemon. 200 plus is really good. I wish it was just all of them. I wish they were just like, yeah, we're gonna add in all of them. But the fact that you can get them whether you buy the expansion pass or not is really good. I was worried that it was gonna be locked to the expansion pass, so that's cool. I think the new stuff that we see is really cool. I think the idea of the areas and them being wild areas at the same time is really interesting. I don't know that story-wise it looks like it's going to be enough. We'll see. They give you a legendary and then you evolve the legendary and he can be one of two styles. That's cool. I think the Gigantamaxing for other Pokemon is really cool. The fact that Venusaur and Blastoise are finally going to be in the game and it's not just going to be Charizard. That's really cool. I do still think the starters should have gotten Gigantamax forms in the main game. I think that's a huge wasted opportunity because a lot of people have already played Sword and Shield and aren't coming back. Other than that, though, I think this was pretty good. I'm more hyped for the Mystery Dungeon remake than I am for Sword and Shield expansion, but I'm still excited for Sword and Shield expansion. I have my Shield playthrough waiting ahead of me, where I'm going to use all my Dragon team. I'm just waiting for Pokemon Home to drop so that I can transfer them over. But it looks interesting. I'll put it that way. I will at least, if it's 2 packs, I'll pick up the one for Sword, probably. If it's just 1 pack, then obviously I pick them both up. But I'm excited to play it. I just wish that it wasn't... I wish that they had just added in all the Pokemon with it, because, like, it's great that they're adding in the 200, and I understand it's a lot of work, absolutely. But then say, we're also going to continue adding after these 2 packs, and then all the internet will be happy. That'll be good enough right there. Because it just feels weird to me to go, yeah, we're adding 200 plus. And it's like, that's great, that's wonderful. What about the other, like, 300 that are still left? Because all you got to do is add them over time. It's you can even, I wouldn't even, other people would be, I wouldn't even be mad if you locked them behind the expansion pass, because there's work going into that. You're having to pay people to do that, but it just feels weird to just go, hey, 200 plus. And then that Slowpoke thing is really strange, of like, hey, here's a free Slowpoke, but you can't evolve it until summer or fall. So, I don't know. All in all, though, I'm excited for the Sword and Shield expansion pass. It looks cool. And then I'm super hyped for Mystery Dungeon Remake. That's amazing. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And until next time, I've been Trey. This has been the Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that Pokemon has to offer.